Hey there, welcome back and Happy New Year again to those of you who saw my previous video. And I had alluded in it about some exciting news coming up. And I shared a picture the other day about finally my book that I finished. I've been working on it for a long time. I've talked about it in some of the videos and that I've been doing some writing and really a lot of the videos that I've done over the past year or so and the podcast and other writing that I've done on my blog and things like that have all been kind of part of this process. And I actually kind of started writing this and wanting to write this many years ago, several years ago at least, and have gone through many different versions and iterations and have come back to really trying to take a look at this period of my life in the last decade or so. And fittingly, as a lot of people have been sharing pictures of their 10-year challenge of where how they looked 10 years ago versus today, I had gone through to take sort of an inventory of where my life was about 10 years ago and where it is today, and how I came from a time period that was extremely dark and extremely difficult, mentally and spiritually excruciating at times, and to getting to a point of where I am today, which is incredibly grateful for life and for living and for people and for things and relationships and experiences that I have, and building businesses and having an expanding circle of friends and all these different things, and comparing that to where I was then, which was part of my past that I had tried to set aside that didn't really work. As I go online and see things about it, and that was a lot of people who know me now today who didn't know me 10 years ago aren't aware that I was previously involved in the cult of Scientology. And the process of exiting that at that time was extremely difficult. And so the title of the book is Reconnection. And it's sort of a play on the process of disconnection that they use to isolate people from family members and friends and business associates and all different kind of people to really try and drive them into the ground and to target them. And how I went from this low, lonely, desperate, desolate place, mentally, spiritually, and otherwise, to kind of figuring my way out through there and through finding new people and resources and learning more about myself and learning more about how I got caught up in something like that, and how I also have been able to learn from my experiences along the way and apply them to have a much happier, healthier life now. And those things have been part of life that I had to find the meaning in for myself, and how it all is applicable today. And despite my initial intent to try and forget as much of that as I could, and also the fact that this book is not about that. It's not about Scientology. Not at all. In fact, it's a sharing of some of the pieces of my experiences leaving it and that sort of thing, and much more about what happened since then. And that could be applied to anyone's situation of dealing with loss, despair, financial difficulty, familial difficulty, custody issues, marital stuff, and then trying to find yourself from being someone who felt unworthy of love and unworthy of so much else in life to becoming whole again. And not just again, but better than before. And how it was necessary to go through some of these processes and some of these ways of healing to rid myself of judgmental thinking that I had carried along for so long in different ways, and about myself and about other people, and how to really look at things with a much more open heart and mind, and eyes, and how that process involved a deep dive into myself through an introspective process, and also learning from others, learning from so many others, people who were not only involved in similar situations or involved in that specifically, but so many things from different wise people who have shared knowledge and information on how to have a more fulfilling life. And so that's what this book is. It is about that roughly 10-year period of going from a deep, dark place into where I am today, and how I did that, and what I did, and what I did to stand up for myself and speak out and gain redemption, to getting through how to love myself again, and how to love other people again, and how to build trust again, and how to be grateful again, and how to now to have this wonderful family again, and my daughter's a part of it, and I have two amazing boys and an amazing wife, and all of this stuff that continues to grow and continues to get better and continues to improve is not by chance. It has taken effort. And it also doesn't mean that there aren't challenges today. That's not it at all. In fact, to talk about some of the challenges that I still face today. But my point is this: in trying to share this, I'm trying to rid some of this, mental baggage that I've been carrying around, that I tucked away. Of, you can't talk about that part of your past, and this is trying to show that you can own your past, but not have to let it define you. You can create a new life also without having to forget your old life. You can find the meaning in the things that you've experienced, and how you can use that as fuel going forward. So my hope is that if you choose to read this book, that you see how, if you have gone through any period of time in your life, or possibly going through a period of time now, or maybe sometime in the future, where you feel like it is too much to bear, that you certainly are not alone, and that there are brighter days ahead, and that there is meaning in all of that, and that you may not know it now. You may, like for me, there were some things that I didn't realize how they could benefit me until years down the road. And today I see that much more clearly. But at the time, there's no way I could have really known that. So I'd love to hear some feedback from you. If you decide to take a look at it, shoot me a note, leave a review, go to Amazon. I'll share a link below this video in the comments, and look forward to some updates coming down the road as well. Got some more stuff in some other areas, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it.